bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Welcome everybody. We're in downtown Vancouver at Esther Short Park, site of the 11th annual Vancouver Wine and Jazz Festival. Acts playing are Rita Coolidge, Judy Collins, and the Preservation Hall Jazz Band. We're talking to Vic Gilliam this morning, Representative. And Vic, I know it's campaign season and everyone's promising the world, and yet you're talking about cutting spending. Is that possible during the campaign season?
Sure it is, because I think people want straight talk. You know, in 07, when I served my first session, we had a $2.5 billion surplus. That's not the situation in 09. And the legislature's going to have to wake up and smell the coffee and make some pretty tough choices. I think that's what people want. People are hurting economically, and they want the legislature to reflect the same kind of budget cuts that they got to face with their families.
So what happened to our surplus now?
Well, we spent it. And, you know, the Oregon budget cycle is a 2-year cycle, so it makes it difficult to project how much money you're going to have. And they didn't realize it, but we had a very good sort of cycle before the 07 session. So you come in and you're $2.5 billion up. We're not having such a good cycle. So we're not going to have the kind of money we had before. And we need our spending, and our responsibility needs to reflect that.
All right, so it's relatively ambiguous when people say we need to cut spending, and you're going to hear that a lot. What's the plan? Where are we going to cut from?
Well, I think it's a fair question, but I guess the question I would ask your viewers is this: should government spending and growth just go on like some kind of an unstoppable steamroller when we're facing cuts at home? So I'd say take seniors and education. By the way, we should fund education first and early. It's the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and we always put it off. But take seniors and education, and for my district, take public safety. Now just put that aside for a minute, because those are priorities. Everything else is suspect, because there are millions of dollars in our budget that we simply can't afford to fund in the 09 cycle.
Vic, you're on the Human Services Women's Wellness Committee. That's not something you set aside. Is that something that needs to be cut with all this talk about health care, and should it be a privilege?
Well, I did mention seniors, and for me, the OPI, Project Independence, Oregon Project Independence for seniors, that is to keep seniors in their homes as long as possible. That comes through our committee. We've discussed it extensively. That's one of those that I think we ought to fund early, because you're investing in people that we should respect in our society, but you're respecting on the front end, you're investing, I should say, on the front end, and saving a lot of money on the other end, because if you move people out of their homes too soon, everybody knows that's where the costs go up. So I would say that seniors should be prioritized and funded first. But in 07, you know, you asked for specifics. In 07, I voted no against $270 million for more light rail in Portland. Ken, that does not help me in Silverton. There's not going to be a hub of public transportation, and the MAX is not going to run from Silverton to Mount Angel. So I voted against that. That's not a priority for our state. I voted against an $8 million garage out in Hillsborough. There's fat in the budget. We need to find it, and we need to act responsibly, just like we ask folks to do with their budgets.
All right, we only have a short time now, 30 seconds. Our future energy, hydrogen, is what you say.
Absolutely, and I was lucky enough to get all 60 of my colleagues, Republican, Democrat, unanimously to vote for a hydrogen resolution, HR 1 in 07. We got to go to the next step. Hydrogen can actually supplement our hydroelectric system. I'm not talking about any new power lines, any new pipelines. I'm talking about supplementing one of the greatest energy systems in the world.
All right, we'll see what comes of that, and hope to have you back on, talk a little bit more about that. Representative Vic Gilliam on Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Ken Ackerman. Make it a great day, everyone.